Hello, this is Dr. Ari Vandewa. I'm the Assistant Professor of Trombone and Music Business at the University of South Alabama, and you're listening to the 2023 Middle School All-State Lyrical podcast. First, remember, All-State auditions are a test of following the instructions on the page. Make sure that you're playing the correct line of the duet, that you mark the beginning and the end of the etude, and that you don't take any repeats. Similarly, for this etude, I like prioritizing my practice in the following order. Number 1, the rhythm. Number 2, the notes. Number 3, the tone. Number 4, the dynamics. And then finally, the articulation. Ordinarily, I kind of value articulation over dynamics, but in this lyrical etude, the dynamics are a very important part of the phrasing and musicality, so we want to be sure that we pay attention to them. If you follow this order, make sure that your half notes are full duration. This is something I notice a lot with students that play for me. On longer notes, we like to clip them and move early to the next note or rush through rests as well. Also, make sure that your quarter notes are very even, that you don't rush or drag the eighths as the dynamics change, and be precise with that time throughout. Maintain a good tempo. Watch your accidentals and make sure that your A naturals make it all the way out to second position in tune, right? You may want to follow the recommended alternate positions for the D natural in measure 5 because this will help make a clean slur, but I would avoid the 5th position B flat recommendation in measure 7 just because sometimes that can make issues in the intonation. Maintain your sound throughout all of the long notes and dynamic changes. A good tone is linked to good intonation, so don't let the pitch sag or get pinched and go sharp as you run out of air. A good tone score can sometimes be the difference between making all-state or not making all-state, so spend plenty of time trying to make the best, most beautiful, resonant, warm sound that you can. Dynamics are a huge part of this etude. Make sure that you don't start too softly and that you can maintain a great sound and easily articulate the first notes. Try to overdo the crescendos, at least slightly, and make sure that you show the judges that you are aware of them and can execute them without going out of tune, running out of air, or changing the tempo. The forte at measure 9 should be strong, but don't overdo it. You have a crescendo right after, so try to start at a comfy loud volume before growing through the crescendos, and pull back pretty far in the diminuendos when you have them. Similarly, don't start too aggressively on the forte in measure 13. Finally, make sure that you don't get so quiet on the diminuendo that the last note doesn't speak. For your articulations, make sure that they are exactly what is on the page. For trombonists, when slurring, make sure that you use natural slurs when you can and a da-tongue for when the notes are on the same partial. Be careful not to clip the second slurred eighth note too aggressively, as this can lead to rushing and isn't technically what's notated. In measure 13, make sure that you have a clear, confident-sounding, accented articulation using a good ta syllable, and watch out for the notes that don't have accents on them. If you want to work more extensively on this piece, feel free to play it with a friend. One of the best parts about these duets is that having the accompaniment part is a really great way to work on intonation and phrasing and can only help your all-state audition performance. Thank you so much for listening. Good luck and happy practicing.